poppy seed. 167, baby, I got the whole block with me. I'm where the poverty created an economy. Everyone's selling souls, not a devil on a shopping spree. All my people going in and out of jail, I'm the lucky one. I ain't never had no drugs to sell.
What's up, everyone? This is Dimas. I'm here with my man Emilio Rojas.
What's pop? Chilling, good, man. We out here. We just ran to Ryan Leslie.
Cool. How was that?
He's a nice guy. I never met him before. He's a really nice guy, really humble, really talented.
You're kind of a vet. Like, would it be? Like,
I'm not a vet.
You don't think so?
Nah. You know, I've been around, like, but I never really had my shot. You know, like, we've always gotten ourselves, like, you know, because we're independent. It costs money to break certain thresholds in this industry, unfortunately. I feel like, as far as like talent-wise, like I've been turning in records that are competitive. I'm one of the best in the city, definitely one of the best emerging artists in the city. But you know, I still haven't gotten the credit that I deserve for that. Like you put me, I've been on records with 10, 15 of these fucking freshman kids and bodied all of them. You know, and like, fuck them, like word, like word, like that's how I feel. So, you know, like cats are gonna give me my recognition. If they don't give it to me, I'm gonna fucking take it.
The title of your last project,
with Camilo, Zero Fucks Given. Yes.
Zero Fucks Given.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, yo, it's enough with the kitty gloves, man. Like, you got New York is backing the wrong horse right now. You know, you got New York, you got these industry cats within the city. They're getting behind like these old fucking cliches that are fucking tired. You know, I'm sick of that shit. That's why New York is not winning. And I'm not, you could say like, you could say that, you know, you gotta get behind New York and New York's gotta stand behind, you know, stand up for itself and hold itself down and shit, but you gotta do shit that is new. You can't keep putting New York in the same fucking tired ass, you know, I sold drugs, box, like, people don't wanna hear that. People aren't selling drugs anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people sell drugs, but that shit is tired. Everybody I know who sold drugs, nobody likes to talk about that shit. Nobody likes to walk outside of their building and look both ways before they step out onto the street. You know, like, so all these drug dealer cliches and like these kingpin cliches that New York keeps fucking vomiting on itself, that shit is tired. And I feel like that's why New York doesn't win. New York isn't exploring its sound, and it's trying to recreate shit from an era that's 20 fucking years ago. You know, like, I don't want to hear somebody from now do shit worse than somebody from the 90s did it.
Is there anyone in New York City that you think is doing it?
I like New York City. I love, like, the homies are all killing it. You know, like, the Bams is killing it. Like, I think Action Bronson is killing it. I think Flatbush Zombies are killing it. I think there are a lot of people that are making great music from New York and doing innovative stuff. And I want to see that. I want to see people making records that are competitive. I don't want to see people trying to recreate shit that happened years ago. I'm just sick of that. I'm bored with that shit. Like, look at what everybody did to Kendrick on the West Coast, right? Like, everybody brought Kendrick out on stage and they all like, yo, you could have the keys. Like, basically gave Kendrick the keys to the West Coast. Not that he didn't deserve it, but there are talents like that in New York that deserve the same type of treatment from these legends and these vets that don't get that. You know, and I think if these artists were to stop putting their arms around cats that sound like they're from New York, from other regions, and did that to New York artists, you would see a little bit of a resurgence. Like, you gotta have, the radio has to support, which it does. It started to come around, which is good. You know, this fucking dope. Hot 97 and Power, they've been like really getting behind shit, which is super dope.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, look, they've been championing a lot of shit, which is amazing. You got, that needs to continue to happen, and you need these cats to be like, yo, this is the next cat from New York. But I feel like a lot of these cats just fuck their money up or some shit. I don't know what it is. Like, did they sign bad deals in the 90s? I don't know. But they just not giving up. They're not. I don't know. I fuck with them. I respect the legends. There's certain cats I still want to hear from, but some cats just.
You know, if you look at like what's bubbling, like LA has Mustard.
Yeah.
Atlanta, you know, they have like just like a team, you know, from Metro Boomin, you know, to all these dudes. And like, who's the it producer in New York? You know. I
would say like Harry Fraud. He's
great.
An amazing producer. You know, he brings like, he's crazy with the live instruments, and I would say Illmind is super dope too. Super underrated, but super dope.
A little underground though, right?
Yeah, but like it's crazy. You could say underground, but then he gets placements with Kanye and like, you know, so like, how underground are you really with a Kanye West placement, you know?
Right.
So, you know, I think it's just a matter of like, are you catching these records that are in the club? But you go to the club now in New York, now you hear Southern shit, which is fine. I fuck with Southern music. I love Southern music, but we gotta push it forward.
Who do you think like pushes the genre forward in a good way? Newer guys.
I like Kendrick a lot. I like King Los. I like BAMs. I like Action, like I said earlier. I like Boss. Boss is super dope.
I'll never forget, like my cousin, I have an older cousin in his 40s, and then I remember playing him the Young Jeezy album, and he grew up on like, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and he said like, this shit is whack. This shit, these guys ain't rapping. This and that, this and that, this and that, and I feel like when like maybe someone would downplay Amigos, and they're like, yo,
Migos.
yeah, the Migos was what Young Jeezy was. To these kids. Yeah.
All that shit is super dope. I fuck with all of it. But it's all different and it's all like, you can see it's genuine.
Right.
Like nobody's trying to recreate or like put on a front.
Right.
I'm not with that,
I mean, I think,
I'm not with fake drug dealers, fake throwback motherfuckers, none of that fake shit. Just be honest with yourself.
That bothers you?
Yeah.
Like personas?
Yeah, I'm sick of the WWF shit. Like, just be a real person.
Yeah.
No, you're not body slamming me from the top rope. Like, I don't need you to come out here with all that fuck shit. Just get away from me with the fuck shit. All the WWF shit, like, just stop. Just be real, because everybody knows, like, nobody smokes a pound of weed in a day, okay? Doesn't happen under any circumstance, okay? Your favorite rapper is not selling mad fucking bricks of cocaine and then driving around with fucking moissanite on their chain and all that. Like, people don't do that. Like, you're not in the studio and moving bricks of cocaine. You do one or the other. Like, just enough of that shit.
Well, hip hop's always had personas, right?
Yeah, but it was different then, because like,
I mean, Lord Mobb Deep's my favorite.
But that was balanced and that shit. But it was honest, like Prodigy and Havoc had like a gritty reality to them. It wasn't like everything is hyper exaggerated now, because like everything has to go viral and you want everything to react instantly on the internet. So you gotta be like, Old Dirty Bastard he took people to fucking the welfare office. So the next rapper that comes out broke because Old Dirty Bastard already fucking took people to the welfare office, you gotta be 10 times broker than ODB.
Right.
Like, you gotta take the shit that's already been done and exaggerate it. And that shit was already exaggerated. Like, that's the way the game is. So like, you gotta own it. Like, you gotta pick a part of your personality, amplify it, and own it, and just beat it into people's heads. And that's not part of the human experience, in my opinion. Like, I'm very much a fan of like being fucking human.
Right.
And making yourself a cartoon character obviously isn't that.
So you consider that probably one of your stronger selling points?
I think it's a strength and a weakness.
Why is it a weakness?
Because people want to open a comic book when they open a CD booklet. Sometimes. Some people.
Right.
Some people don't. But that's why my music is more like, I make real music that people relate to. Like, I want to talk about life situations and put people into situations that they've been in, or make them think, oh, you know what, I've been through that shit.
What do you want this tape to do? Or if it's done it already, or?
I mean, we've been quiet for a minute, so like last year we did like 40 dates or 45 dates with Dizzy Wright, and then I did like 30 dates on my own, and it's just a heavy touring year, but we hadn't really like put out music, with the exception of this record me and Harry Fraud did. So I wanted to kind of like, when you're quiet for that long, your fans kind of, they don't go away, but you got to reactivate them.
Right.
So you got to give your fan base something, so that way, like, oh, okay, you don't want people to forget about you. And in this day and age when everything's fucking internet heavy, you got to keep consistent. So I got to reactivate. So that's what we're doing. I think we've done that.
Right.
And like, from here we just grow from there, because I'm sitting on like a lot of crazy records, like crazy, undeniable, like crazy records. We just dropped the tape with Camilo. I got an EP with Audio Jones. He produced most of the beats on the Camilo tape. So if you fuck with the tape, which has gotten a great response, it's a classic tape, by the way. Putting out the EP with Audio, putting out an EP with fucking my man Illmind, and then probably another tape by the end of the year. So we're gonna really heat it up. And we just did a situation where I'm working very closely with Empire. So we're gonna be doing a lot of other interesting shit. Like, I like Empire because they're very innovative.
Right.
So yeah, I'm really happy over there. Ghazi's brilliant, Nima's brilliant, Jonathan's brilliant, my whole team is brilliant. So like we're in a really good situation. Like, before, like, we had been trying to get certain pieces of the puzzle, because this is a marathon, it's not a sprint, So when you're trying to set certain things up, you got to make sure that every gear in the machine is the right gear for your machine. Like, we were still trying to build it, and it was just, we're missing certain parts, but now we got everything. So now it's just about letting it all go. Hey, what up? It's Emilio Rojas, checking out Global Grind TV. Keep it locked.